All right, square body love time. So, in my last video with the Model A, I had gotten some parts. So I got an old Street Dominator intake with a Rochester carburetor. Seems to be free, so I don't know. And a set of headers. The headers had on one of them, it was roached out at the bottom, so I'm gonna have to take it apart, clean it up, and weld it. But that'll be pretty good. I found an old gasket kit I had. I'll have to go through it. It's for a big block. I think I got another one up there too. So hopefully I have an intake gasket and a few things like that. I know I got spare distributors. So I think I'm going to kind of do that. I'm going to take it apart, clean it. I'm going to paint it all orange while I'm doing the headers. I found I had these that hang on the wall for a long time. Just a set of stock style but chrome valve covers. Then all I gotta do, I gotta order a balancer and water pump and oil pan, and then, oh, I don't have a, so a few little things, fuel pump, stuff like that. But that's all doable stuff I can find and buy. I gotta make a list as it goes on. So I'm actually kind of doing 2 videos at once, so you're gonna see that. I'm gonna be working on this a little bit while like the paint's drying and all those sort of things. But yeah, it should be a good day, and ultimately I think this will be a great heart transplant for that square body. You guys all seem to vote it in the comments anyways. Works out pretty cheap for me because, like I said, so far the motor is free. I got about $100 in the intake, carburetor, and exhaust so far. I have the ring gear, so all I gotta do is water pump, balancer, and oil pump, and a few little odds and ends. So basically I think for $300 or $400 this will be a together motor, and I know it's solid and it'll look good in that square body as far as I'm concerned. My only concern is these headers. Hopefully they're not going to smash into the front end, the diff and all that, because I don't know what these are off of. Did a little Googling of what a kind of a 4x4 header looks like, so these are free, so we'll start off there. But I'll get this all cleaned up, and I got a couple of cans of Chevy Orange. It'll look newish. Alright, so I got this header, I pressure washed it off, but it's just this hole right here, and actually, like, it looks fairly solid, so I'm hoping I can just kind of get under the grinder a little bit, just kind of work my way around and just plug it up, because the rest of the headers seem pretty solid. So I don't know why it just rusted there. It must have just been the way it was sitting, had some water in it and corroded through, but hopefully it doesn't make the hole way bigger. That's what I'm going to do on that. The other header I blasted, fortunately it's cold and shitty, be a while dry. I smashed this with a little bit of degreaser, and I'm going to let that kind of sit for a little bit, then I'll pressure wash it. I just got the intake and the valve covers on just to kind of keep the most of the junk out, and I'll plug up some of the holes before I go too crazy with the pressure washer. But we'll get working on this thing, and hopefully I'll fix it up. I think I got some VHT white left over from the 55. So I'm just going to blast over the rust and everything, but it'll look cool on the stand. So there are the headers. I gave them a quick coat of VHT. I still need another one you can see up close through, fading through. And that one header's definitely a little on the rough side, unfortunately. So we'll see. I mean, a half hour of time and a little bit of paint I already had. I might get a little, I think I have some of that, I don't know, mixed together exhaust, fixture exhaust thing, which is kind of ugly, but I might just do a few spots. Motor's cleaned up, and I pressure washed the intake off. It actually looks pretty good. So I think this thing will come together. I just put a little bit of paper towel on there. I'm not going to go too crazy in it. This will be one of them far from good, but good from afar situations. I still have the gaskets I'll have to take on. I got to clean this block up, but I'm going to get the outside all done and then let it kind of dry a little. And then I put the intake on, the valve covers, hang the headers, put it in the corner, let it dry for a couple days before I start working on it. And the pressure washer's just feisty today. And like I said, make a list of what I need. But yeah, so we'll get painting. Okay, well, fast forward a little bit, motor dried. I put on the intake, carburetor, valve covers are sitting on. I gotta let that all set up. I like just the silicone on the front and back of the intake. Got my list of stuff I need, so I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. I did talk to a few people and they think there's no way, well, they think you need headers for a square body 4x4 for it to work. So I'm gonna take some pictures of these and compare them to what I see on the internet, because I am a little worried about it's going to hit the diff and stuff like that, or the drive shaft. So these do kind of sweep right down, but I think it's how tight it is to the block or whatever it may be. But they look like they get out of the way in a hurry. But ultimately this turned out great. I found a bunch of extra parts that I forgot I had. So I'll let this set up overnight, just all the silicone and the paint, let it 100% dry, leave the heat on in the garage, and make my list stuff. But really, it's an oil pan away and pump and stuff from going in the car, or truck I should say. And then at that point it's little odds and ends and fittings and screwing around, which that's always the pain in the ass of a motor swap, as you guys probably know. And the unknown factor is if this carburetor's anything good. It'd be nice if it was, because it's just a regular Quadrajet. If it's junk, I do have another one, or I might spend money and actually buy something, but I'm pretty stoked. It worked out pretty good. Who knew? Junk motor be a blessing in disguise there. I think that big block and that thing will be way better. But that's what I'm leaving for now. I'll probably back out tomorrow or something like that, or I'm going to carry on with Model A stuff. Back at her. Motor hasn't changed at all, but I got a couple boxes of parts. So I got a water pump, a damper, and a oil pump and drive. I think I have a chrome oil pan somewhere. So yeah, pretty simple. I mean, I'll bolt on the oil pump, gingerly put on the balancer real nice, like you don't want to smash that on or anything like that. Flip it over and I'll put on the oil pan. Psych. Clearly you just smashed it on with a hammer. So I'm going to flip this over and I'll set up the oil pump and pickup pan on. And then it's just water pump. And what else I got for parts there? Yeah. Big block Chevy. Alright, I'll fast forward about an hour. Oil pump is on. It's all set up. Oil pan's ready to go on. All the surfaces are cleaned. I painted the water pump. Been slow moving actually. We've been doing, thanks to all you guys, Peak Auto. We're going to be on their little State of the Build show. So I don't know if it's up already or how it's going to go, but stay tuned for that. Otherwise, yeah, I put the oil pump on. I set it where I wanted it. I Loctite everything. The drive is in. It's a matter of, I like putting a little bit of silicone on the oil pan on the front and rear seals and just on the corners of the quart gaskets. I got the new oil filter adapter in there. I don't know. You can tell by the orange I didn't do a lot of masking. That's why I don't work on other people's cars, because I'm a hack. I admit it. So we'll get the pan on. I don't have a dipstick tube. I'll figure that out. Pan on, we'll roll it over, and then, I mean, really, short list at that point. I'm out of parts. The box is empty. So we're good. I think it'll be ready to go in. Well, I guess that's come out first, but then it'll go in. Well, motor's all together. I spun the truck around and do a little bit of moving around, but this thing looks pretty good. I mean, it's just painted, it's not rebuilt or anything, but so bone stock motor, but it'll have a set of headers, aluminum intake. I might put a Holley carburetor or something like that on it, so it's It's not gonna be anything too crazy. I know a lot of you guys are trying to put a cam in it and stuff, but you know, I want this thing just to be bone stock, be able to drive it around. Don't mess anything. It's got little peanut port heads, nothing special at all, but it'll be a torque monster, which is all that really matters. So I think that's where I'm leaving it tonight. Tomorrow, I moved some stuff around. I gotta move this junky hot rod off to the side. So I'm gonna pull the motor out. I think that's what I'm gonna do is tomorrow, pull the motor out, and then I gotta weld up that few little holes in the firewall, which will be nice and easy. And while it's there, I'll pressure wash it, clean it all up, paint it all flat black. And then the day after that, the header should arrive, but whatever, the motor can go in kind of any time. I am concerned about the headers. Like I was gonna try these, everyone told me no. Make sure you get 4x4 big block headers. So I spent the money and ordered them. Hopefully it works out. And yeah, then this thing can actually be a runner again. Like I said, I'm gonna go look at a mint truck box. The guy wants big bucks for, but that would save me a bunch of time. Cab corners. And I actually got a buddy who's a body guy, and we're gonna make a deal out. Well, I'm gonna pay him to do all the body work on it properly after I hit it with a chainsaw real quick, and maybe good enough for like a real paint job. I really like this silver, I gotta say. It works out pretty good. So I'm thinking some sort of a new matte type silver. So if you guys know something, like, I don't know, a new Mercedes or Audi or whatever it is that can be kind of a matte color, I think all silver or all gray, whatever it is. Put the chrome around the wheel wells, pinstripe it again, a little bit of chrome in the mirrors. I like the bumpers. Bam. Should be a good truck. But that's where I'm leaving it for tonight. See you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? So next day, where I left it, we had this motor mostly together. Just need a few odds and ends, but it's enough you can go in the car. I've cleaned up the garage a little bit, pushed the A in the corner. I found a ring gear for it, so that's good. I found some mounting bolts for it. The headers won't be here for a couple of days yet. I gotta get some spark plugs, heater hose, hopefully the oil pressure gauge and all that'll just hook up. And then once it's in, already it's on the stand, I'll take out some like the HEI, see if we can get the front dress, all that. I don't know if it'll be the same small block, big block on that era, but I think I do have a bunch of, behind I keep all sorts of miscellaneous pulleys and all that sort of stuff. This one, I mean, it's pretty simple. The air conditioning's taken off, but it does have power steering, which I'd like to keep, obviously. So I think I'm gonna pull that truck in. I don't know if it'll fit the whole way in. It's such a big truck, and I don't have that much room to work with, but I'm hoping I can kind of pull it in halfway. I'll pluck the motor out, push the truck away, and because I want to pressure wash and I want to clean up or weld up that firewall. Had a little bit of rust, that weird rust in it, so I can do that real quick. Just, you know, buzz in a patch, filler it, and then I'll probably paint everything in there flat black. And then, yeah, that's probably where I'll end it. I don't know if that'll take me a day or two. And then after that, you know, the motor will go in, the headers will be there, got to cobble exhaust together. All the fun things about doing a motor swap, but nothing too serious. So, I'll get this truck inside, which I'm sure the battery's dead, and we'll start taking stuff apart. Okay, update. So, truck is in. Now the problem is I have all this room up front, but the truck's hanging out the back. So that's the problem with my teeny tiny garage. The truck will fit, but then it's a nightmare. You gotta scoot around the front and back, which is a pain. It's tall enough I can get under it, so I got the headers undone. I've drained the coolant. I've got the part of the shroud out. So I think that's what I'm just gonna do. You guys see me pull motors lots of times. I don't know if I'll put the laps on or whatever, but headers are out. There seems to be a bunch more stuff on this fine motor that I'm used to on cars. Everything is a brace, like the tunnel is braced, and the cover that, you know, covers the torque converter is quite heavy duty. It's not just a piece of tin. The problem I didn't anticipate, and is proving to be the most pain in the ass, it's an 86. Half the shit's metric. I don't have any metric tools. I have like a universal kit, so that's what I'm using. So yeah, that's who'd have thought pulling a motor would be, it's a small block Chevy for crying out loud. But yeah, headers are out. I definitely see on this side where it would rub the drive shaft, so I'm glad I kind of ponied up for those headers, because as you know, the big block is well, it's bigger. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm just gonna disconnect the fuel, pull the radiator out, do a few things like that, get all the top kind of stuff out, pull the headers, and then underneath I'll take the remaining little braces off, and then while it's still hooked up to the starter, I can bump it over, get the torque converter loose. Hopefully that'll go nice and easy. And yeah, pretty simple stuff. Just kind of tedious, and this thing's pretty rusty underneath, so I'm breaking lots of bolts. All the exhaust bolts broke, and there's a few things that are kind of hacked together over the years. So yeah, screwing around with that, but that's the way she goes. So yeah, I should have this out at some point. Well, I'm not gonna lie, this thing has been fighting me non-stop. I got a lot of the front dress off. Underneath, I managed to get, this is the cover for the torque converter. And anyways, I got the torque converter bolts out and everything. So really all that's left is the motor mounts and the transmission bell housing bolts. And then, I mean, maybe some fuel lines and some miscellaneous wiring, which I may just leave in the truck, but this thing has kicked my ass. It's raining out. It's right at freezing. I'm cold. I've had enough of it. So I'm going to push this thing back in, close her up, and maybe finish it tomorrow. Maybe get the motor out tomorrow. We'll see. Been a nightmare. All right, well, we're back at it. See, here's the problem when the truck is in the garage. It's right up at the end, and because I have my workbench, it's right up there as well. The other side's not as bad because I can move some stuff, but it's cold out. It's a few degrees above freezing. So I got the heater on, I'm gonna warm it up in here, charge up the compressor, do a few things like that, and then I'm gonna push this sucker kind of halfway out, put the door kind of part down, and just pay to heat the outside. I picked up these fancy headers. So you guys all let me know in the comments that the headers I had would never work in a million years, so I bought these. I got them uncoated, so I'm gonna get some of that high temp paint, just paint them white because I like the way that looks. But these are supposed to fit around the front axle, so hopefully that'll work out. We're a few days away from that anyways, so I'll clean those up, hang up, paint them. That's supposed to be nice in the next couple of days, so see if I can get the motor out tonight. I don't know. We got to head out. It's actually Danny's birthday, so I only got a few hours before we're headed out. And yeah, otherwise, we also got these new stickers. So we actually designed that sticker, or that drawing a while ago. We're gonna put on shirts and stuff like that, the old shop dogs. And I mean, I don't know, we haven't really talked about too much, but Lenny, the little puppy, he died, so that was a real bummer. So we're gonna put those out. I don't know if it's out yet, yeah, when this video goes up, because I'm a little bit behind. But Danny wants to donate a bunch of proceeds to some sort of worldwide animal shelter or something like that. I'm sure she'll explain it better than I am, but I don't know. 2 dogs and 55 Chevy. It's pretty cool. So I'll push this truck back and finish chopping up. I think where I left it yesterday, it was kind of almost ready to come out. I just got to do the bell housing bolts, motor mounts, and a few like fuel line and some miscellaneous wiring. Might pull a distributor and whatnot. I might have to take the hood off. That might be a bummer, but yeah, maybe we'll give Murr an emergency call and see if he can help me out. Yeah, we'll get wrenching. Hood's off. Murr came by, and I didn't film it because I'm an idiot. But I got the power steering pump off. I got the fuel pump disconnected. The wiring's all disconnected, just hanging. I gotta take it out. Distributor is out. I think all I have is 2 motor mount bolts and the bell housing, and then I'll start pulling, figure out what I missed, undo those things, and then it will be out. But yeah, I'm actually glad I kind of degreased it a little bit beforehand because it's not too bad. And then I can just kind of degrease it tomorrow, pressure wash it all off, fix a couple holes, life will be good again. But yeah, lots of room on this thing, and it's actually super easy to get to now. But there was no cracks or anything like that around the steering box, which apparently happens. So I know they sell a kit to box it. I might just, while it's all apart, maybe weld something on there, do whatever. But maybe it'll be just fine. So I don't know. I'm gonna struggle with these bell housing bolts. It's always a pain, but it looks like now I should be able to stand on the frame rails and reach back in there. Got a few on the bottom, and then I'll bring it back once the engine crane is out, which I have to dig out. That shouldn't be too bad though.
Wait, I'm not in a position yet. Okay.
Okay, well, I think we're ready to pluck it out. So we'll see how she goes. A little bit of fast motion motor yanking.
Well, do I have to keep holding the camera?
It'll just be a few minutes. You know how quick I am.
It's my birthday, and he's making me do things that I don't want to do.
Kind of sounds like my birthday.
No, you don't even celebrate your birthday.
That's a joke.
Oh.
So we'll see what happens here. I guess I should put a floor jack on the trans. We'll see.
Famous last words. We'll see what happens. Something fell. Is my birthday present under there?
This is my backpack.
It's been inside this whole time?
Yeah, man.
I knew I should have gone snooping.
I tried to go to you on it.
But I was busy working. You can't just not work to do my own stuff. The Model A has been banished to the corner. It's in a timeout. It's bad.
It is a bad hot rod. Badass.
What is it called again? It's what's that? Not cherry. That thing. It's got heat. It's heat. Right? It's heat.
Yeah.
It's heated.
I'm in danger.
Oh. It's like spring loaded. I'm sure the other one will go in way better.
That's never how it goes. We have spent the whole summer switching motors. The entire summer is spent switching motors, and not one has worked.
What? They all end up working. Need a ratchet strap. Should have thought this out better.
Is that how it says to do it in the instruction book?
Need to speed that instruction book. These trucks are so tall.
Was this actually designed by a woman?
Yep. You think it would come out easier?
Please don't make my birthday the day you kill yourself by accident.
I won't kill myself, it would just be...
Maim.
Yeah. Dobby slightly maims. Oh no!
You guys! He just quoted Harry Potter! That's the birthday gift I've always wanted. Was for him to quote Harry Potter.
In the second drawer.
No.
I need it.
Ugh.
Second drawer.
With what hands? My hands are full. Hold on. Gentle. Second drawer. I can't even see in there.
Right drawer. down the, is there a knife in there?
Well, there's like 8 knives.
Let's keep it on.
What kind? This one?
Sure. Nope, this one has no blade in it. Oh, no, we're good. This is dull. This will work out. Gentle, gentle. I feel like I pull more motors than the average person.
Well, it's probably because you buy more cars than the average person, I would think.
I don't know that.
On average, how many cars do you buy a year?
Me?
No, I was asking the people. They all know how many cars you buy a year.
This caught on something? I think we're good.
Nailed it.
These little braces are a little annoying. You gotta lift the motor quite high when it's in a truck. Is anything still attached?
What?
Is anything still attached?
Well, there's like kind of wires that are... I love the smell of gasoline.
It really gets you moving, eh?
It does. You're not worried about
Can you move the creeper?
hitting the...
And just put a 4x4 block of wood 5 feet behind the tire.
I don't know how much is 5 feet. Is that 5 feet? Oh gosh. It's like as big as the tire.
Huh? That hit something. There we go. Not so bad.
Oh, it hit the jack stand.
Floor jack.
Yeah, that. Oh, look! Shop dog sticker.
Yeah, I put that on earlier. What's the company we're donating money to?
Ooh. So all of the shirts that are shop dog shirts, like any shirts or hoodies or stickers that are shop dog related. We're going to donate part of the proceeds to Community Vet Outreach, which is a really cool organization that is in the States and in Canada. And what they do is they help people who maybe couldn't afford, you know, traditional vet care or checkups and stuff for their animals. They go to sort of low-income communities and stuff, and they host these vet days where they take care of all of that stuff for people free of charge. So that's where part of the proceeds of all of those purchases are going to go. I'm very excited. This was sort of our way to honor our little Lenny. So, yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, motor's out. That's where we're ending this video. Starting tomorrow, we gotta leave right away. We're going to take Danny out for a fancy dinner. Well, it's not fancy at all, but it's dinner. And anyways, tomorrow, so this is all just gonna go, I don't know where it's gonna go, in front of the Model A, I guess. I like the storage corner we got. And I'm gonna pressure wash under the hood one more time. I'm gonna paint everything flat black. I just love flat black. Fix those 2 rust holes in the firewall, and then tonight, maybe when we're out, we'll get some paint for the headers. But then it's mean really, day after tomorrow, it'll be motor going in. And all those issues, which will be fun. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you guys like Square Body Trucks. I love this thing. I gotta say, it's a pretty cool truck, eh? Alright, see you guys in the next one.